We're gonna start early because we're gonna end early. I have to be have to go in and at 6:30. So, and there's two other guys sitting here ahead of me. So depending on when I'll leave to head that way, to get my load taken care of. One problem about driving an 18 wheeler is pull my drawers up is following that GPS, especially if you've never been there before. Well, this sucker said Stonecrest Industrial Boulevard. I'm thinking I'm going to like a regular Home Depot. No, we ain't doing that. We going to a distribution center. I understand that, but it sent me to a freaking store. No, it's not a store, but it sent me up to the mall. There's a mall up there at Stonecrest, and that's where the heck I went. And I'm like, what the heck? Luckily, I left really early and there's nobody around, so I could turn around in the mall parking lot. The police department was looking at me funky. The police department was looking at me funky, but I mean, I guess he was just checking to make sure I got out of there safely or whatever. Who the heck knows? But hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna make me another cup of coffee. The problem about taking that daggone magnesium glycinate, boy, sometimes it'll wake you up in the middle of the night. I woke up around midnight and I was like, whoa. Let's see here. I wonder. Yeah. He don't realize ain't no spot. Hey Mike, what's going on? Rohan, you don't realize there ain't no spot. Yeah, I'm parked at a dead end spot as usual up in the daggone hood. Unbelievable, brother. What I'm gonna start doing is when I do these lives, I'm gonna undo the I'm gonna unpair my wristwatch, and then I'm gonna unpair the truck, so we don't fall into that drama. You know what I mean? I hear you, brother. I'm trying not to be discouraged because I'm trying to buy, little cheap stuff to keep me going. Like I know I got a 4K camera, but it has no stabilizer, so I can't walk around with it. But I don't want to buy another one because I got that for Christmas. But it's 4K, so I like that part of it. But and let me show you what I got this. I thought I could use it on the phone, and I can, but I can't do a live with it. Let me see, where is it at? Unless there's another app I can use. I got that. It's a wireless microphone, but I mainly got it, and I'm gonna use it on the 4K camera. And see, hopefully, it works on the 4K. Um, so that when I'm doing stuff in the yard, you can actually hear me. Because the other camera, it picks up it picks up everything else. But I'm not I'm not with all of this technology. I get frustrated real quick, and I be wasting money. I get frustrated. So I'm trying not to get frustrated. I'm trying to come up with new stuff and new things. But bro, it's just not easy. Everybody's starting to come in, so this is gonna be a one heck of a line. I can see it right now. So um, I'm just gonna pull in up there uh, at 6:25. I'm just gonna pull up there at 6:25, and I'm not worrying about it after this. That's all I can do. You know what I mean? I'm not in a rush. Let's make sure I turn off my clock. Yeah, and like right now it's 5:40. No, yeah, 6:25 because um, it's supposed to be at 6:30. I've already checked in, so I'm not worried about it. Um, uh, but my OCD is kicking in. My OCD is kicking in. My that job I did, I got some grass growing. It's actually started. Is Oh, gotcha. Um, my OC. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you know, I need um my wife be buying me laptops. I still ain't figuring them out. And the last laptop, I don't put nothing on it because I almost got I know I told this story before, but you know that movie The Beekeeper, the the beekeeper. I almost that whole situation. They almost broke into and they broke into my laptop, and I'm just terrified now. I'm like I'm ready to get another laptop because it'd be crashing, and I think the I got a little square box where you put the microphone in. That's I think that's broke because it stopped working before. It's either that or StreamYard's got mad. But I'm gonna try it next time I'm home. But sometimes you just want stuff just to work, and I want to learn how to edit on on the laptop. I'm so used to I do it on the phone on my phone. I'm not really editing. I'm just sticking stuff together and adding music to it, and that's it. you know, I'm not really and putting like some stuff on there, and I'm just being me, and people are watching, but I want. Uh, Sometimes it just gets frustrating. Um, I want to do more, but doing more means it's taxing, and it takes away from what I want to do, which is, I'm starting to see in my lawn, I'm starting to see stuff coming to life, um, but I got a long way to go, and my OCD is kicking in. I want it now, you know, but I don't have the money now. Um, the next cruise we got is paid for, but the one after that to Alaska, I got to start paying on because if not, it's gonna kick me in the butt. And I have my bonus coming in Yeah, they want you to pay all this money, but we're not. I'm not getting any money back for it. And even if I did get monetized, I'd probably get $1 a month. You know what I'm saying? I'd probably get $1 a month. I didn't realize that I was cussing and screaming, so TikTok won't even let me go live. Um, and I don't care. Um, but it's just you know what I'm saying. Um, I I don't want to not make it fun, but I'm trying to make it easier, and then it just seems like, Mike, it seems like when I'm trying to make it easier, I'm making it harder. It seems like I'm making it harder. Like this, there's an app I could do with my phone to make this work, but I can't do lives. I can't do none of that. Phone case, I got to take it out of the phone case because this little connector, it won't connect to the bottom piece. It's blocked. It works. It works. So you hear, a more clearer thing or whatever. It works, but you know, it we laugh about it, but it seems like whatever software I got, I'm not. Only thing I pay for is once a year is the edit program for my thing, but everything else, I'm trying to find something, and it's kicking me in the butt. you know, and I'm like, I got all this stuff. I really need to just pull everything out, cables and everything, put it on my bed, and figure what I got and go from there. I got a friend who's a pastor in Florida that he records his stuff, um his sermons on his phone. But I'm just been drawn to. I think when I get this money in July, I'm gonna buy him a 4K camera and a tripod. And if I can't get this, because he's good with tech, if I can't get that earpiece to work, the microphone, I no, I'll try. If I can't get it to work, I'm just gonna say, look, I'm gonna send it for them, so he could do his sermons in 4K, because they real good people. And another thing, I'm gonna start doing my lives a little bit earlier, because when the sun comes out, it doesn't seem like it's overheating, but it dawned on me that when the sun hits the windshield, it'll start overheating the phone, and then my phone cuts off. That's why I can't do, the driving live videos during the day. It just don't work. It really, it just don't work. It's not going to work. We've been doing this live for a minute. It just ain't gonna work. You know. And I ain't mad at it. Now I just have to accept it. That heat from the windshield hits that daggone thing, heats up that phone, and then that phone hits the temperature, and we be laughing. But that's what happens. And I just have to learn the parameters, and if I see it, um, when I spot it and feel it, I'm like, okay, well, thanks for coming in. Bye. I mean, that's all we can do, bro. That's all we can do. But it seems like when I get on here, and just even though, like, we just talking, you and me just talk, the serotonin levels get up and make I'm in a good happy mood for the rest of the day. And that's what I need. That's what I cherish. That's what I appreciate, and I look forward to. Um, if I ever, I doubt it, but if I ever get to the point of something better, I'm good. And I'm gonna start doing some marathons. Um, like for Marlene, she did like a 3 hour marathon. I'm just going, but I gotta do it with the laptop and a longer cable with the phone, so my phone doesn't overheat. No, not my phone, but my camera. And then I'm gonna have it sitting on the lawn, so when I'm doing something, you guys can see what I'm doing, and mowing and figuring out. Um, I'm gonna start putting my GoPro back on my John Deere. Um, those kind of work really good. Um, I'm just doing everything at a discount. You just wish you could do this, you wish you could do that, but you don't have the money. And the realization, because I started buying stuff on Amazon, and something say, hey bro, slow your roll. Slow your roll, because you're gonna get it too high again, and then you'll be struggling to get it taken care of. Hey, boy, he gonna try. There's another one. Let me switch this around so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm sitting at the end of the road, and all these guys are coming in, so that's gonna be 2 trucks ahead of me. That's gonna be 2 trucks ahead, but I don't care. I can wait. I can wait and figure it out. I tell everybody, oh, go up here and turn around. I literally had to do the same thing he just did, but I did it the opposite way. I came in and then backed my trailer into the road to the right. Zinc. Let's see what we got here. As you see everybody making a run. Everybody making a run for the for the time clock. This be having you thinking, why not stay in school? I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing with him. Because you heading into the warehouse to start a day of bull crap. Mm-hmm. So this place, it looks like it's let's see, let me turn it back around. Let's see if alright. It looks like this place is the place where all the wood comes for them to load it on flatbeds to take it to Home Depots all over the daggone place. That's what it looks like to me. Oh, I found me some dandelion tea. Yummy, yummy. Oh, man. I didn't walk yesterday because the truck stop that I had to stop in was the hood in Jackson, Georgia. That was the hood. So I was like, you know what? Let me just get in this truck and, relax, go to bed. I'd be calling my wife and letting say, hey, I'm safe, good night. And she automatically hits that phone, but don't call me no earlier. Don't call me while I'm driving. She hit that phone. I'm like, I'm starting to get me some sleep now. But I'm hoping my next load picks up tomorrow, so I have a chance to go home and cut my lawn because it's starting to grow. We've had a lot of rains and stuff like that, so I'm hoping. Um, I'm gonna start setting up. I'm gonna wait till after payday when I come home, get another hose for the back, and set up the remote so that I can water at, and then I'm gonna start. I did a video of, it's called, the grass is called creeping red fescue, and it's actually a good grass for real shaded areas. And for some reason, that sucker is coming back. I seen clumps of it years ago, but now I'm seeing a good bit of it. I want to get some topsoil and spread it out in the back and give it room to expand. And I'm going to put a sprinkler back there and set it up to be like, sprinkle, and then have it hit my deck where my avocado tree is and my tomato plant. I need to find something else to grow. They're both growing, and I need to repot the tomato plant. I got a bigger pot, a bigger tall, a bigger. I got a real big pot, and it's already got dirt in it. And I think I'm gonna replant the tomato plant and put it in there, so that it'll really flourish. Um, I remember when I first started doing this, I kind of attributed my worth to doing this lawn care stuff, and I wanted my wife to be proud of me because I thought I wasn't man enough, and so forth and so on. It became a love and a passion. Now it's become an obsession that I have to calm down. Oh man, he's waking up. It's become an obsession that I have to calm down. You know what I mean? Mike, let me know if the truck takes over. you know, but it's become an obsession that I have to watch out for because I don't focus on one thing. I just, okay, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. Well, I gotta finish doing this, and I gotta finish doing that. Like I gotta, my garage, you know, years ago, we had a leak and I had to tear out a part of the ceiling, and I ninja rigged it back. But now I know a little bit more. I need to go back and clean it up and make it look decent. I need to videotape this stuff. Like I could have did a tutorial on changing the sensors for a garage door opener, but everything was going wrong. And I got frustrated and stopped. And I didn't realize that the two sensors, one of them will always light up, but the other one won't because it needs to be pointed dead at it. And I was like, this thing's broke. What the blah, blah, blah. And then the cables was over probably 20 years old. And they were really thin stuff. It was really thin mess, and I had to scramble to figure out what, and I knew I was having a short in one of the cables. So I just replaced all of it. and I used 22. The gauge is 20, and that's real small. But I used 22 gauge, and I replaced all of the cables. So she's telling me she's not having no problems. Blah 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 blah. I need to remember that I need to keep videotaping, because that's content. Someone's gonna run into the same problem I ran into and not figure out this is what you can do. You know what I mean? One of the best things about lawn care, to me, because most of the guys that come in, like Jeff's, like, he's a professional. Big Son's professional. These guys are professionals. They know what the heck they doing. And their stuff, their equipment, what you see they got, it's no joke. That's not Home Depot prices. I promise you that. You know, that's not Home Depot prices. And, you know, they're paying for that equipment, but they know what they're doing. Me, I'm figuring it out. Like right now, I gotta aerate the front lawn this year. If not, those plugs that I put in aren't gonna last. But I gotta give them time to get in there and do what they do, and then let it recover. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to start setting up my area on the driveway. I'm going to start setting up my area. I'm going to start blocking. I got to come up with a plan to block these fools, because they don't know what they're doing. My neighbor and I keep on getting mud piled. Hopefully, you know, things are going to change. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see where we at. Okay, because I'm gonna stop at 6. Mike, we're probably gonna stop at like 6:25. I perceive something. What the? Let's see, what does that say? Hold on. Oh, Jesus. I'll fix that. My account's down to $1.92. Jesus. I forgot. I wanted something went through. I gotta figure out what. Oh, man. This is the lowest I've ever been, you know. I missed the whole paycheck. So I can't be doing 4 days off anymore. And I can, so I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna talk to the wife. I'm either gonna go home next week or the week after next. And I can, when I go home, max 3 days, but most of the time I come home and do a Saturday or Sunday, so I can make up that because if we ain't turning, we ain't earning. You know, if I'm not driving, I'm not earning. So I got to figure out taking 4 days off, man. I need that check. Got these bills to pay. You know what I mean? But we'll figure it out. I'm going through withdrawal. I want to go home and do some lawn care stuff, but you need money. So right now I'm like, okay, well, we're not in a real rush, but maybe I need to break the book open and start planning again. It's getting hot in here. Let's check the phone. Oh. Lord, there's people in here I ain't even knows. Hey guys, sorry. I'm still trying to figure this freaking thing out. I'm still yeah. Oh. Oh, let's talk about I dropped a post, cruise news. I'm trying to figure out I'm literally trying to figure out what happened on Carnival. I'm trying to figure out what happened on Carnival that, Carnival came out with a whole long list that they're putting under, people that cruise with them doors to let them know, hey, we ain't putting up with the crap no more. Because we're a $1 billion company. We ain't doing this, we ain't doing that. But Carnival has, the craze is the boots on the ground and everybody walking around with them fans and flapping them flap flap, and they ran it into the ground. I could care less, but my wife loves the sail away parties. I mean, every sail away party she's got to be in the middle of the crowd doing her thing, and that's her thing. I don't have no beat. I don't have no beat. I don't have nothing. That's her thing. And I bought her one of them, boots on the ground thing, and yeah. And I think either something happened that they're not telling, that someone used it as a weapon, because hood people, everybody's seeing these cruises and they're seeing the prices of them, and they're crashing out and they're getting on these boats and they're doing stuff that they normally wouldn't do. What do I mean by that? Well, they're paying $80 a day for the drink package, which is ridiculous. They're paying $80 a day for the drink package. So they're trying to get every bit of that process out of it. Charles, I'll tell you, there was one dude we met and he was pissy drunk. I mean, going to the bathroom on himself hours after getting on the boat, because he got the drink package and he had to drink every bit of the drink package. And when you are not a heavy drinker, you're going to black out, you're going to do all this crazy stuff, and you're going to make a fool of yourself. And that's what's happening. And there was one person, and I know, and there's nothing against white folks, I know what probably happened. No, they tell the story. A lady went up to this drunk person on the floor. They were dancing. They was spilling their drink all over the place. Common sense would tell you, mind your business. But she didn't. Excuse me, you're spilling your stuff all over the place. So you don't realize that the mindset of certain drunks, all they need is something to set them off. All they need is one thing to set them off. That's why I have this notion of minding my business. And I got a good friend. He will knock me upside my head and drag me away and put me in my room. And I appreciate it. Charles will do that because he knows when he knows that, because he knows I don't drink that much no more. I used to, but I don't anymore. So sometimes I get stupid. And I know he got my back, but I don't take advantage of that. But this person said, excuse me, you're spilling this stuff on the, and they got mad and jumped on the person that said, hey, you're spilling your drink, and got into a fight. And both of them got kicked off the boat. Well, now Carnival says you cannot have liquor in your hand while you're on the dance floor. So either you got to do one or two things, especially if you're a woman. You got to leave it where you're sitting, where somebody could slip you a Mickey, and now you screwed up, or you got to throw that down and get on the dance floor. I don't care because I'm old. I'm in the bed by that time anyway. I don't even care. But they're trying to prevent people from causing this dysfunction. And these younger folks are jumping, these younger YouTubers, these younger Instagrams, Facebook, they've seen that cruising is fun. Cruising is fun anytime. Check her out at 9:15, 9 o'clock. But they're seeing that this is what's going on, but they're not reading the fine print. Don't come on these boats acting like a fool. And that's why it says it is on that list. I posted it yesterday that you can't, this is all of narcotics, you can't sneak liquor on. I've done it. Ain't proud of it. I've done it, but when I got the warning, don't do this no more, or you're getting kicked off and not allowed to be back on there, player. I'm not doing it no more. And I realized it's not even worth it. I wasn't even getting the buzz off of it. Last cruise we went, we had they call blue mother effers. Shoot, I'm just order them. I'm good. I got buzzed and left my camera. I left my camera and everything. So no, I don't need it anyway. And yeah, like you said, they're probably making like they said, they're probably making some people jump, and they afraid, and they see all these black people, and they don't realize that most of us don't want them YNs either. You know what I'm saying? They realize most of us don't want these young ninjas either. And but it's yeah, but they know, hey, look, man, don't keep doing it. If they warning you, they're saying, hey, don't do this, because if you do this, we coming. If you do this, we coming for you. You know what I mean? I don't know. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and position myself to get in this line, to get unloaded. I'm not going to sit here and wait till the last daggone minute, because I was here before all these guys, and they not getting it. But it's time to get in that line. This is 10 minutes before 6:30, so I'm gonna cut this short. Coming up next at 7 o'clock, Wellness with Frugal Mama. Get your workout on, positive affirmations, yada yada yada. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging in there. Y'all be blessed. Don't be stressed. Deuces. Let's see here.